Hey! We all love to eat food. But what happens to the food once it enters our body? Our body absorbs nutrients from the food we eat and removes the balance waste material from the body. Let us see how. Junk food, vegetarian food, non-vegetarian food, etc. We eat various types of food, all of which has to pass through the same digestive tract. In science we call it as alimentary canal. Repeat after me. Alimentary canal. The alimentary canal is basically a long tube extending from the mouth to the anus. We can see that the tube has different parts. Various regions are specialized to perform different functions. Come on, let us see each part one by one, and start from the area from where the food first enters into our body. That is, our mouth. Now these small particles through our food pipe or esophagus passes to our stomach. But wait, it is not simple to pass food through our food pipe directly. Food particles are so rough that they just can't move simply. But for that, we are having salivary glands present exactly here, because of which our mouth waters. And this is actually not only water, but a fluid called saliva, secreted by the salivary glands. Also, the lining of the canal is soft. That helps the food to pass. Many times, the food we eat is complex in nature. For proper absorption of food, it has to be broken into smaller molecules. This is done with the help of an enzyme the saliva contains, called salivary amylase, that breaks down starch, which is a complex molecule, to give simple sugar. The food is mixed thoroughly with saliva and moved around the mouth while chewing by the muscular tongue. The lining of canal has muscles that contract rhythmically in order to push the food forward. These peristaltic movements occur all along the gut. Now the food enters into stomach. The stomach is a large organ which expands when food enters it. The muscular walls of the stomach mix some more digestive juices in the food. What are those digestive juices? And from where they come into our stomach? The wall of our stomach is having the gastric glands present. They release hydrochloric acid, a protein digesting enzyme called pepsin, and mucus. The hydrochloric acid creates an acidic medium which facilitates the action of the enzyme pepsin. The mucus protects the inner lining of the stomach from the action of the acid as like a soldier. The exit of food from the stomach is regulated by a sphincter muscle which releases it in small amounts into the small intestine. As like a traffic policeman manages the traffic on the road. From the stomach, the food now enters the small intestine. This is the longest part of the alimentary canal, which is fitted into a compact space because of extensive coiling. The length of the small intestine differs in various animals, depending on the food they eat. Herbivores eating grass need a longer small intestine to allow the cellulose to be digested. Meat is easier to digest. Hence carnivores like tigers have a shorter small intestine. As per Wikipedia, in human body the small intestine is about 20 feet long, which is 3 times longer the full-size bed, and folds many times to fit in the abdomen. Although it is longer than the large intestine, still it is called the small intestine, because it is smaller in width. The small intestine is the place where carbohydrates, proteins and fats gets completely digested. It receives the secretions of the liver and pancreas for this purpose. Liver releases bile juice. The food coming from the stomach is acidic. Bile juice helps to make this acidic food alkaline, so that pancreatic enzymes can act upon it. Also, the bile salt present in bile juice helps to break down the large globules of fat into smaller globules, and hence increase the efficiency of enzymes to act upon it. The pancreas secretes pancreatic juice, which contains enzymes like trypsin, helps for digesting proteins, and lipase for breaking down emulsified fats. The walls of the small intestine contain glands, which secrete intestinal juice. The enzymes present in it finally convert the proteins to amino acids, complex carbohydrates into glucose, and fats into fatty acids and glycerol. The inner lining of the small intestine has numerous finger-like projections called villi. Then digested food is taken up by villi, which are richly supplied with blood vessels, and takes the absorbed food to each and every cell of the body. The unabsorbed food is sent into the large intestine, where its wall absorb more water from this material. The rest of the material is removed from the body via the anus. The exit of this waste material is regulated by the anal sphincter.